Hello everyone and welcome to our spoiler talk. Today we are talking about beautiful Katamari. And I know, like, with these spoiler talks you might be saying there wasn't really a story to beautiful Katamari. Why are you doing a spoiler talk? The spoiler talk fills a need for me just to talk about, like, whatever I'm reviewing. My reviews have a certain format and a certain way I like it, but I want to fill that market and also the market of just, you know, long video, analytical talk about, you know, blah 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 blah. And so I can make a spoiler talk even if there aren't, like, necessarily spoilers, like there's a giant hole in the universe and you plug it up. That's the big spoiler of beautiful Katamari. And some background information. Beautiful Katamari, I found it just at a pawn shop. It was like $5. I got that and like Left 4 Dead, so I was feeling pretty good. And it's only a couple hours long. You know, I got some weird looks from, like, my girlfriend and, like, my brothers. You know, they'd look at the screen. I played a lot of it with my girlfriend actually, and she doesn't even like video games. And she was like, yeah, and she enjoyed it to the point where, like if I'm gonna play a game for her, she was like, is there any other games like that one? And that's the thing, beautiful the Katamari series, which this is the only one I've played, unfortunately, first one I could get my hands on. It's a very, like, particular series. It's not, I feel like I keep saying, like, oh, it's very original, like all the stuff I review is original. And as much as, like, unoriginal, like a lot of stories are, I feel for the most part there is enough originality, you know, that we love it this much. And, you know, I love video games, even if there are like 10 Call of Duty and sports games that come out every year. Not criticizing those, I just don't play them, and maybe I will one day and I'll have a different opinion. That being said, let's jump into more of the Katamari, since I've kind of just trailed from my point. The game opened, I have some notes just to remember everything I wanted to say. The opening theme and just the, like, weird colors and, like, the animation that it had going for it. It's so, like just weird, and I love it. And so many video games especially just take themselves so fucking seriously. And a lot of times, like, when you take yourself seriously, that's a double-edged sword, because, like, one, there's more pressure, two, you're, like, expecting something out of you, and you just kind of put, like, a 15-pound item in a 10-pound bag, and it's just, no, that's, like, just work with what you have, and know what you are, and make something creative and good, and have confidence in yourself in doing that, and most of the times you will. Beautiful Katamari, a lot of the levels are kind of like on the same plane, but, you know, they mix up what's in it. They, like, the levels, like, are, like, you're put in different parts of the map, and it's, you know, there aren't that many levels. It's very just entertaining, and it works with what they do, and I very much enjoy it. There's also, like, other stuff like the leaderboards and the multiplayer I didn't really fuck with that much. And even just, like, the gathering your cousins. I love the cousins, by the way. There's a lot of cosplayers of them I saw online. I was just like, oh, I'm glad this series has a nice niche little fan base. But the cousins and the presents, I find myself, like, the little collectibles and maxing out the game stuff, I find myself, I'm just staying more and more away from that as time is, like, just really just like a painful thing to me. At least once an hour I'm thinking about time and how to fill it and what I'm going to do throughout the day, just trying to plan everything, and it's like I stress myself out too much about it, and especially in a video game, like, I'm just like, we need to get this review out, we need to get through this stuff, and then, like, but in so many games I don't want to do that at the same time, though, because it's so, like, I know when I finish and I put that review out, from that point I may never come back to it, and it's like I want to stay in this world. I want to keep having the fun I'm having, and like, and so many video games I do that. After, you know, after the credits roll, I'm just like, can it not be over? Can I just go back? And usually when I have like side missions, or like when you have to like fill, like when you, right now I'm playing Infamous, like when you have to, and in Infamous you like take over parts of the city, which I love that mechanic in games, where, and to me that's like different, that's a different kind. When I have to find like the itty bitty collectibles and stuff, that but for some reason like taking over like the cities and like outposts like in Far Cry, that I'm for some reason like, yeah, I can get all these, but like getting 100% on every level and stuff like that, or finding all the Riddler trophies and Batman, I'm just like, nah, I don't. But while I'm playing it, you know, if I see one, I'll grab it just for shits and giggles. But another big thing is the King, who's probably one of like the greatest characters I've experienced from a game in a while. And for some reason, video games, it has a very like a certain character that like I can find myself loving so much. The closest thing I can think of is like Yes Man from Fallout New Vegas, and just characters who like, because video games a lot of times just have these walls around, or like the guy from Animal Crossing. They have these walls and they have to fit a certain game design, and when the character matches that and they're like, I don't know, it can be hilarious and infuriating at the same time, and I love those characters so much. And he was one of them. Basically, no matter how good you think you did on a level, he'd be like, well, this isn't gonna take up much space, you need to try harder, you're a slacker, quit slacking. It's like, oh my god, like, you're such a fucking asshole. And even when you do insanely well, because at one point when I was like, because I didn't know how to do the spin thing for a while, or even how to like when you're just going forward and you need to reverse, I didn't know how to do a lot of that for a while, so I was like, okay, I'm not doing great, so I can understand. But after a while, I was getting really good, and I was like doing like a lot better than he was telling me to do, and he was still just like, nope, this is you know. I'm just like, dude, what do you want from me? It's like, is there a what is this going to do? Why do you want this thing to be bigger? What is your goal in this? And he just like is constantly putting you back down, like just the holy hornbeam, and like when he talks, a little like scratching DJ noise, which could be how every character talks, but he's the only character that talks, so I'm just like, I guess he's the only one with a voice, and he's so mean, and when he would be like, oh, get all Japanese stuff or something like that, or be like a lot of hot stuff, it's like, the level kind of just does that for you. What is the purpose of that? It doesn't need to do anything. I didn't see the design choice in that. It's like just more shit for him to yell at you about. And the King was an amazing character. How the loading screen was his head, and I was always trying to read it. It's a lot of just little stuff like that that makes this game so great. And when I look at the other games I reviewed, let's see, Remember Me, Origins, XCOM. XCOM's the only one that I think I gave like a 4 out of 5, and this is the next one, and I'm putting this above Batman and Remember Me, which were two games I really enjoyed a lot. But that's, I don't want to like discredit those games, but this game, like, I see myself coming back to it, even though I know I don't have a reason to, which and I'm worried about time. I have no reason to play it, but I want to. And it's like the fact that I really just want to do that more so than the other game says something. And I want to show it to other people, and I want to, like, listen to the soundtrack over again. I got a couple, we're going to jump into the soundtrack. That's the thing about soundtracks. I want to do reviews for soundtracks, because some are just so great. And some I really think I can make points to it, that it's like worth talking about. Sorry, that was gross. It's worth talking about, and I can say enough to warrant a review. And not a lot of people review soundtracks, so I would like that. But it's Beautiful Katamari. It's always like this like overly happy J-pop or like just weird stuff that match what's going on screen, and I just love it. It's great. And yeah, what was I gonna say? And I saw someone said this online, and I completely agree. They're like, you can't play this game and like be depressed beforehand and not be undepressed afterward. It's like impossible. You can be like, I rage quit one time in that one level where you have to get all the hot stuff because I just kept fucking up. But then I got it one try later and it all worked out. And yeah, it's you can make it through this game. It's not like that grueling once you get the hang of it. And I remember when I started, I was like just passing the levels, and it's kind of designed that way. And you fail sometimes. You fail, but you come back and you win in the end. And by the end, when you're rolling up countries, which I love that section, or just like when you're like out on the sea and you're just like where everything's, because at some point when you get big enough and you kind of unlock the other level, like you get like super big, and then you evolve to like the planet size one. I like the one area, like it's like you're out in the sea, like there's all this weird stuff and it looks pretty, and of course being in space, that was awesome. I had to do the last mission though like 3-4 times because I was confused about the black hole thing, and then I tried it again and I filled it too early, and by accident it like sucked me in, and I was just like, fucking A, man. I did stick around after the credits and stuff though. I played a couple levels again, like, you know, there's that last hidden level with Uranus. I was waiting, he's gonna make some stupid Uranus joke. But it never happened. I was like, we're forgetting a planet here, dude. Like, how are you gonna waste this? Yeah, and then there's the ending where you save the day, and it's like, oh, we saved all the creatures. But no, you didn't. You like ran over millions of people, probably suffocating them to death, and then like made a giant like or planets out of them, which I don't see how that works. But it makes no fucking sense. It really doesn't. This whole game doesn't make fucking sense. And I like at the last second, it's like, peace has been restored for now, and then like a little thing falls out of the black hole, and you're just like, fuck it. Yeah, you can probably hear that. Yeah, that's my dog. We don't use very good audio quality for these. I give it to you raw! So yeah. What else? There's a lots, like a couple of things I could probably think of. Just the King's lines I always love. When he's like, get over here and punishment time. And the first time like that happened to me, I was like, this is so amazing. I really want to try out the other games. I know the Katamari Damashi, or however you pronounce it. PS2. There's one on PSP, I believe. And like Katamari Forever and all these games. Can't wait to get my hands on them. This game was a delight, and introduced me to this wonderful series. And yeah, it's a great game. I really loved it. I can't recommend it enough. Yeah, so the review's about done. Just waiting on some extra stuff. It will probably be out shortly after this. And yeah, if you want me to review stuff, always leave a comment if you want. And have a wonderful day. With that, I leave you.